Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth. We are continuing on with the CEPHER, Book of the Shaymayim, a collection of the writings on the heavens. This is a very stressful situation. My husband is hired at this one full-time job, but there's an email that the higher-up has to get sent to us, and it got to the other hirees, but new employees, but it didn't get to my husband. The guy even signed into our email on the computer at the store or at the restaurant, and the email didn't come through, and it's still not coming through. So I'm just hoping that he can still work at this job. I don't understand why it's not coming to our email. It doesn't make sense. But we are on the Apocalypse of Abraham, or Abraham. It says Shizayon Abraham. But everywhere, like in the BYNB, I believe it's Abraham. Okay, so we are on 11. And I stood up and saw him who had taken my right hand and set me on my feet. The appearance of his body was like sapphire, and the aspect of his face was like crystallite, and the hair of his head like snow. And a kidaris was on his head. Its look that of a rainbow, and the clothing of his garments was purple, and a golden staff was in his right hand. He said to me, Abram, and I said, Here is your servant. And he said, Let my appearance not frighten you, nor my speech trouble your soul. Come with me, and I will go with you, visible until the sacrifice. But after the sacrifice, invisible forever. Be bold, Roscoe, and go. 12. And we went, the two of us, alone together, 40 days and nights. And I ate no bread and drank no water, because my food was to see the angel who was with me, and his discourse with me was my drink. We came to the mountain of Yah, glorious Korev. And I said to the angel, Singer of the Eternal One, behold, I have no sacrifice. Okay, we're on verse 12. And we went, the two of us, alone together, 40 days and nights. And I read that. Sorry, guys. And I said to the angel, Singer of the Eternal One, behold, I have no sacrifice with me, nor do I know a place for an altar on the mountain. So how shall I make a sacrifice? And he said, Look behind you. And I looked behind me. And behold, all the prescribed sacrifices were following us. The calf, the she-goat, the ram, the turtle dove, and the pigeon. And the angel said to me, Abram. And I said, Here I am. And he said to me, Slaughter all these and divide the animals exactly into halves. But do not cut the birds apart, and give them to the men whom I will show you standing beside you. For they are the altar on the mountain to offer sacrifice to the Eternal One. The turtle dove and the pigeon you will give to me, for I will ascend on the wings of the birds to show you what is in the heavens, or Shaymayim, on the earth, Eretz, and in the sea, Mayim, in the abyss and in the lower depths, in the Garden of Eden and in its rivers, in the fullness of the universe. You will see its circles in all. 13. And I did everything according to the angel's command. And I gave the angels who had come to us the divided parts of the animals. And the angel, Yahuah, took the two birds, and I waited for the evening gift. And an unclean bird flew down on the carcasses, and I drove it away. And the unclean bird spoke to me and said, What are you doing, Abram, on the Kodesh heights, where no one eats or drinks, nor is there upon them food for men? But these all will be consumed by fire, and they will burn you up. Leave the man who is with you and flee, for if you ascend to the height, they will destroy you. And it came to pass, when I saw the bird speaking, I said this to the angel, What is this, Adoni? And he said, This is disgrace, this is Azazel. And he said to him, or Azazel, and he said to him, Shame on you, Azazel, for Abram's portion is in Shaymayim, or heaven, and yours is on earth. For you have selected here and become enamored of the swelling place of your blemish. Therefore the eternal ruler, El Elyon, has given you a dwelling on earth. Maybe that's that crow that everybody has on YouTube that talks or can mimic what people say. That's creepy. Through you, the all-evil Ruach is a liar, and through you are wrath and trials on the generations of men who live impiously. For the eternal El Elyon did not allow the bodies of the righteous to be in your hand. So through them the righteous life is affirmed and destruction of wickedness. Hear, counselor, be shamed by me. You have no permission to tempt all the righteous. Depart from this man. You cannot deceive him, because he is the enemy of you and of those who follow you and who love what you wish. For behold, the garment which is Shaymayim, or heaven, was formerly yours, has been set aside for him, and the corruption which was on him has gone over you forever. And the angel said to me, in 14, Abram, and I said, Here I am, your servant. And he said, Know that that the Eternal One whom you have loved has chosen you. Be bold, and do through your authority whatever I order you against him who reviles justice. Will I not be able to revile him who has scattered about the earth the secrets of heaven, and who has taken counsel against the Mighty One? Say to him, May you be the firebrand of the furnace of the earth. Go, Azazel, into the untrodden parts of the earth, for your heritage is over those who are with you, with the stars and with the men born by the clouds, whose portion you are. Indeed, they exist through your being. Enmity is for you a pious act. Therefore, through your own destruction, be gone from me. And I said the words as the angel had taught me. And he said, Abram. And I said, Here I am, your servant. And the angel said to me, Answer him not. And he spoke to me a second time, and the angel said, Now whatever he says to you, answer him not, lest he will run up to you. For the eternal El Elyon gave him the gravity and the will. Do not answer him. And I did what the angel had commanded me, and whatever he said to me about the descent, I answered him not. 15. And it came to pass, when the sun was setting, and behold, a smoke like that of a furnace, and the angels who had divided portions of the sacrifice ascended from the top of the furnace of smoke. And the angel took me with his right hand, and set me on the right wing of the pigeon. And he himself sat on the left wing of the turtle dove, both of which were as of neither slaughtered nor divided. And he carried me up to the edge of the fiery flames, and we ascended as if carried by many winds to the heaven, Shaymayim, that is fixed on the expanses. And I saw on the air, to whose height we had ascended, a strong light which cannot be described. And behold, in this light a fiery Gehinnom was enkindled, and a great crowd in the likeness of men. They all were changing in aspect and shape, running and changing form, and prostrating themselves and crying words I did not know. 16. And I said to the angel, Why is it you now brought me here? For now I can no longer see, because I am weakened, and my Ruach is departing from me. And he said to me, Remain with me, do not fear. He whom you will see coming directly toward us is a great sound of sanctification, is the Eternal One who has loved you. You will not look at him himself, but let your Ruach not weaken, for I am with you, strengthening you. 17. And while he was still speaking, behold, the fire coming toward us round about, and a voice was in the fire like a voice of many waters, like the voice of the sea in its uproar. And the angel knelt down with me and worshipped, and I wanted to fall face down on the earth, and the place of highness on which we were standing now stopped on high, now rolled down low. And he said, Only worship Abram, and recite the song which I taught you. Since there was no ground to which I could fall prostrate, I only bowed down, and I recited the song which he had taught me. And he said, Recite without ceasing. And I recited, and he himself recited the song. Eternal One, El Elyon, Kodesh Ol Ya Echad, self-originated, incorruptible, immaculate, Yahid, spotless, immortal, self-perfected, self-devised, without mother, without father, ungenerated, exalted, fiery, just lover of men, benevolent, compassionate, bountiful, jealous over me, patient one, most merciful, Eli eternal, El Elyon, Kadosh Shabbat, El HaKavod, El Yael, you are here, my soul has left, my protector, eternal, fiery, shining light giving, thunder voiced, lightning visioned, many-eyed, receiving the petitions of those who honor you, and turning away from the petitions of those who restrain you by the restraint of their provocations, Redeemer of those who dwell in the midst of the wicked ones, of those who are dispersed among the just of the world in the corruptible age, showing forth the age of the just. You make the light shine before the morning light upon your creation, from your face to spend the day on the earth, and in your heavenly dwelling place there is an inexhaustible light of an invincible dawning from the light of your face. Accept my prayer and delight in it, and accept also the sacrifice which you yourself made to yourself through me, as I search for you. Receive me favorably, teach me, show me, and make known to your servant what you have promised me. 18. And as I was still reciting the song, the mouth of the fire which was on the firmament was rising up on high. And I heard a voice like the roaring of the sea, and it did not cease from the plenitude of the fire. And as the fire rose up, soaring to the highest point, I saw under the fire a throne of fire, and the many-eyed ones round about reciting the song. Under the throne, 4 fiery living creatures, singing. And the appearance of each of them was the same, each having 4 faces. And this was the aspect of their faces, of a lion, of a man, of an ox, and of an eagle. Each one had 4 heads on its body, so that the 4 living creatures had 16 faces. And each one had 6 wings, 2 on the shoulders, 2 halfway down, and 2 at the loins. With the wings which were on their shoulders, they covered their faces. With the wings at their loins, they clothed their feet, and they would stretch the 2 middle wings out and fly erect. And when they finished singing, they would look at one another and threaten one another. And it came to pass, when the angel who was with me saw that they were threatening each other, he left me and went running to them. And he turned the face of each living creature from the face which was opposite it, so that they could not see each other's faces, threatening each other. And he taught them the song of peace, which the Eternal One has in himself. And while I was still standing and watching, I saw behind the living creatures a chariot with fiery wheels. Each wheel was full of eyes round about, and above the wheels was the throne which I had seen, and it was covered with fire, and the fire encircled it round about, and an indescribable light surrounded the fiery crowd. And I heard the voice of their sanctification, like the voice of a single man. 19. And a voice came to me out of the midst of the fire, saying, Abram, Abram! And I said, Here I am. And he said, Look at the expanses which are under the firmament, to which you have now been directed, and see that on no single expanse is there any other but the one whom you have searched for, or who has loved you. And while he was still speaking, behold, the expanses under me, the heavens, opened, and I saw on the 7th firmament upon which I stood a fire spread out, and a light, and a dew, and a multitude of angels, and a host of the invisible glory, and up above the living creatures I had seen. I saw no one else there, and I looked from on high where I was standing, downward on the sixth firmament, and I saw there a multitude of spiritual angels, incorporeal, carrying out the orders of the fiery angels who were on the eighth firmament. As I was standing on its elevation, and lo, neither on this firmament was there in any shape any other host, but only the spiritual angels. And the host I saw on the seventh firmament commanded the sixth firmament, and it removed itself. I saw there on the fifth firmament hosts of stars, and the orders they were commanded to carry out, and the elements of earth obeying them. 20, and this is our last one for the day, out of this book. And the eternal Al-Alion said to me, Abram, Abram. And I said, Here I am. And he said, Look from on high at the stars which are beneath you, and count them for me, and tell me their number. And I said, How can I? For I am a man. And he said to me, As the number of the stars and their power, so shall I place for your seed the nations of men, set apart for me in my lot with Azazel. And I said, Eternal Al-Alion, let your servant speak before you, and let your fury not rage against your chosen one. Behold, before you led me up, Azazel insulted me. How then, since he is now not before you, did you establish yourself with them? Well, I have to read 21 because that goes with this one. Okay, 21. And he said to me, Look now beneath your feet at the firmament, and understand the creation that was depicted of old on this expanse, and the creatures which are in it, and the age prepared after it. And I looked beneath the firmament at my feet, and I saw the likeness of heaven, and the things that were therein. And I saw there the earth and its fruit, and its moving things, and its things that had souls, and its hosts of men, and the impiety of their souls, and their justification, and their pursuit of their works, and the abyss, and its torments, and its lower depths, and the perdition in it. And I saw there the sea, and its islands, and its cattle, and its fish, and Leviathan, and his realm, and his bed, and his layers, and the world which lay upon him, and his motions and destruction he caused the world. I saw there the rivers and their upper reaches and their circles. And I saw there the Garden of Eden and its fruits, and the source, and the river flowing from it, and its trees, and their flowering, making fruits. And I saw men doing justice in it, their food and their rest. And I saw there a great crowd of men and women and children, half of them on the right side of the portrayal, and half of them on the left side of the portrayal. Next time we will be reading 22 through 30, or 22 through 32. I love you all, and I hope you guys enjoyed this study today. We are going to be praising Yahuah now. I have a new song to sing. I sang a little bit of it yesterday, or I think I sang the whole thing. I'll sing part of it right here. 1 second, guys. I apologize. Okay. Yahuah is with me. Yahuah is for me. Yahuah is greater than all of these things. If Elohim is for me, then who can be against me? That is all I have for that one. And seek him, and you will find him. Knock and the door will be opened unto you, unto you. And I have the full length of the song I can sing on my channel if you guys want. And I'm gonna do my normal praise. Torah Rabbah, Abba Yahuah. Torah Rabbah, Abba Yahuah. All praises and esteem to our King, Yahushua HaMashiach. Baruch haba Hashem Yahuah. Shalom and blessings. I love you all, warriors of Yahuah and the truth, with an everlasting love, as our Abba Yahuah loves each and every one of us. Shalom and blessings.